Hi there, this is Nicole Watkins with Morgan James Publishing, and today I've got the wonderful pleasure of speaking with Ritu Goswami, who is the author of The Holistic Lawyer: Use Your Whole Brain to Work Smarter, Not Harder. So, Ritu, I would love to just start off with asking about putting the two words holistic and lawyer together because that's a little bit unique. Can you talk a little bit about how that came to be?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm a lawyer and I've been a lawyer for over 20 years. And when we go to law school, when we practice law, we're often taught to be very narrow in what we do, as you maybe if you know any lawyers, very focused, which is good to do our work. And what I've realized over time in my own practice and in work talking with other lawyers is that we can be better lawyers if we expand that vision, having a more whole perspective, holistic perspective. And then the other piece of that, it's a little bit of play on words, is as you know from the subtitle, whole brain. So there's been a lot of new research about neuroscience and how we're not really using our whole brains when we're just doing so much. There's other parts of our brains that can be accessed, like emotional intelligence, intuition. And so bringing both of those ideas together was the foundation for this book.
Very interesting, very interesting. And just kind of leading off of that, right now the world's systems they're shifting and they're changing. And what is it that you think about the legal system's future at this point?
Yeah, so it's very interesting to launch this book during this time in history. And I was just like, oh, first I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm launching a book when other people have other things to worry about. But it's the perfect book for right now because all our systems are crumbling. The legal system has had to shift. Courts, how lawyers communicate with their clients, how we are working with our clients, suffering and conflict, how we're resolving conflict. And so the idea is that if we could step back, slow down, and look at a bigger picture, look at everything that's going on and get more creative about how we solve problems. And it's happening, right? It's happening in all the systems, even publishing, right? Um, so yeah, so I think that what I see is that we're going to get more creative, more collaborative, more out of the box, which is hard for lawyers. And I think that lawyers will have the opportunity to shine. I don't think that it's going to detract from how we do things. I think we're going to get better because we're going to be forced to do things differently.
Absolutely. And, just that whole thought of having to, really dig into our creative toolkits and really do more of that out of the box thinking. What is it that you think lawyers right now are going to struggle with the most, and what advice would you have for them?
Yeah, and I'm already seeing it. Lawyers are really struggling with this change. Whether we like it or not, we like structure. We like things. We like things to be how they were, how they've always been. We like rules. We like constants, and none of that is happening right now. Things are changing every day, and I just see my colleagues, clients, other lawyers are struggling with change. And I see it, of course, as an opportunity. That's the whole holistic lawyer way, is an opportunity to see things differently and to be creative. And people are doing that, but there's a struggle, and I totally get it because it's kind of what makes lawyers so special, that we can really see clearly and focused, and we can work within systems and learn them really well. And then when they all fall apart, it's kind of we feel like there's nothing to hold on to. So lawyers are struggling with this change and kind of inability to think like forward, think about what could come next. It's kind of getting stuck in how things are, how things were. And so in a lot of my teachings and a lot of how I'm working with clients is like, okay, we have to like say bye-bye to letting go. So that's a big struggle, letting go of all the success that you were successful a certain way, and now you could still be successful a different way.
Right. I've heard a lot of people right now saying they just want to return to the normal way of things, but really it's thrusting us into a new normal, right?
Mhm.
So I think, a lot of lawyers right now that are going through this transition or being forced into this transition to have to think in different ways and adapt are really going to resonate with your message here. And speaking of which, if someone were wanting to get a little bit more information and get directly connected with you, where's the best place that they can do that?
Sure. So, as well, as you maybe can see from behind me, this is my second book. My first book is my first book is The New Billable Hour, and this is the second book, The Holistic Lawyer. And the New Billable Hour is the hub for all information to contact me because I'm growing. Things are changing, and the New Billable Hour is the foundation. So, newbillablehour.com is a great place to go to access books, to access my podcast, how to buy my books, how to reach me, all of those things. So newbillablehour.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking some time with me today. It's been such a fantastic uh, afternoon to just be able to connect and get a little bit more information from you. And I'll be excited for this message to get out there to those that are having to, again, adjust to the new normal. Thank you again.
Thank you.